Das ist Thunderschleife! Ja!
We're driving cars on a Mars tonight. We're blasting off to the stars tonight. We wanna go, go. We wanna go, go.
What is up, gang? I am so excited today because we are back at Thunder Hill, which we've been to many times, but for the first time ever in any of my cars, we are doing what is affectionately known locally as Thunderschleife. Thunderschleife! And, you know, all in love for Nordschleife, or Nürburgring Nordschleife, to be more specific. Why, you ask? Does it have that strange name? Well, because this is a long track configuration. It's the longest track configuration that I've ever driven on, and probably many people have driven on, but it's 5 miles long. 5 miles. So they combine parts of east with parts of west. So if you guys haven't been here before, Thunder Hill has an east course, which is longer, and then a west course, which is a bit shorter. And you know, there's variations on both of those courses as well. So today we're doing Thunder Hill 5 mile bypass, which, for those who are like blazing fast on this configuration, 3 minutes 10 seconds is a very fast lap. Of course, there's people who are faster than that. But given that this is my first time here, my goal for today is to not get lost. It is such a long lap that I'm probably going to be spending at least the first whole session, maybe the first couple of sessions, to get my bearings, because I know east. I'm familiar with east. I know west, not quite as good as east, but I have no idea what 5 miles is going to be like. I've watched plenty of videos, you know, so I know where the connections are to the next course, but, you know, muscle memory is going to be, I'm sure, messing with me and wanting me to go the old course that I know and am familiar with. So it's going to take some adjusting, but despite that, I don't want to let you guys down. I don't want to let myself down. So really, I think for today, I'm shooting for 3 minutes, 13 seconds. I think that's a good goal for me, never having been here before. 3:10 is considered really, really fast. 3:13 first time out, yeah. You know, maybe I'm discounting myself a little bit. We'll see. We'll find out. But we are going to finish getting set up. This is going to be a great day. No more rain. Not crazy cold anymore, and we should have some great times. So real quick, before we get started for our first session here, I have the full Verus Engineering aero kit on the Supra, minus the rear diffuser, because if you guys already know, that diffuser did not want to stay on the car. So we just decided it was better to just leave it off, which I haven't had it for the last 2-3 track days. Ironically, the last time it was on was right here at Thunder Hill. So diffuser's not on the rear, which is totally fine. I actually don't mind the balance of the car with it off. My only concern today is these canards, which, if you can see here, or maybe from the underside, they're not drilled into the bumper. They're there with double-sided sticky tape, which has been great. It's worked perfectly fine. I haven't had any reason to believe that they were going to fly off. The only reason why I'm concerned today is because of my garage, I try to put as much space in between the two cars that are in there as possible. And of course, like everybody, I have some junk in the garage. And I've maybe allegedly parked a little too close on the passenger side to some stuff in the garage and knocked those canards off a couple of times. So they've been reapplied with the sticky tape that's on there a few times. They're still really sticky. I've kind of wiggled them around to see if there's any indication that they're going to fly off. I don't see it, but you know, I do have new sticky tape that I got from Veris Engineering. I haven't put it on. I just haven't had time. But it should be fine. I don't see any issue. Good news, the canard stayed on. Session 1 done. And better than expected. Definitely better than expected. 3:11:48, I want to say, when 3:13 was kind of the minimum goal today. So already better than I was expecting to do. I was actually a bit surprised, a little bit surprised. I'm very much a visual learner, or at least I like to think I am. So I did a lot of studying on Thunderhill 5 Mile via YouTube videos of other people driving 5 Mile a lot in the last couple of days, and I think that really helped. Probably should do that more. But I mean, most of the trouble areas that I had were the trouble areas I was expecting to have trouble in, and that was a transition from east into west and then back from west back into east. So not too surprising that I was struggling in those areas. Also, according to my Garmin, there's 2 seconds just in west that I could shave off of my time, even from the 213, or rather even from the 211. And it seems like such minor changes, but it really nets out quite a bit of time. So I don't have the coaching opportunities turned on. I don't have any Bluetooth headsets on today. Haven't really been using the coaching opportunities in the Garmin the last few track days. I've just been trying to get All right, so slight interruption there. Totally forgot that we had a download meeting to go to. So took care of that. Everything was good. Only thing, so just reverting back to what I was talking about, 311 and some change. A couple seconds better than I was expecting, but I can definitely see room for improvement there. Transitions are mostly what I'm struggling with, from east to west and west to east, which I expected anyways. What I didn't expect is how much time I was going to be able to save on west. Maybe I shouldn't be so surprised, because that's the course here that I've spent the least amount of time on. So optimizing that side of the course, I'm not 100% familiar with. So that's going to be the goal for session 2. I wasn't really able to do any other hot laps in session 1 because my expectation today was to come out with the Honda S2000. Honda S2000 is down right now. It's got some things going on that I need to take care of, so I couldn't bring it out. So I brought the Supra out instead. If I knew I was going to bring the Supra out from the get-go, I would have signed up for advanced and probably have a lot less traffic. But here I am in mixed, which has some novice drivers as well. So I got to be a little more cognizant of their level of comfort with you know, a faster car on the track. So I don't want to scare them too much, because anyways, you don't want to freak out a beginner, right? It's just not a good idea. You don't want to cause them to lose control of their car. So I'm just trying to be nice about it, not pass until they point me by and all that sort of thing, but that also limits how many hot laps I can actually get in. So I'm going to try and get moved into the advanced group later if there's some space. Unfortunately, advanced filled up, so I'm going to have to wait until something opens up. But we got a bit before the second session. I'm looking forward to it, guys. I mean, this is really a fun track. I think Thunderhill West and Thunderhill 5 Mile don't get as much credit as it really deserves. This is really a great venue. They got this place so well set up that they can run so many different track configurations. It's a new experience almost every time you come out here. It's really cool. So, and Speed SF was so well organized. I mean, they got this whole you know, the paddock and check-in thing just dialed in. It's perfect. So we're waiting for session 2. We'll head out and see what we can do next. 3:08:87. I am absolutely happy with that. I'm happy with that. A little bit unexpected, but I'm definitely happy with that. So session 2 is done. And what's crazy about that is I know there's still a couple of obvious spots I know where I can save time. So I'm really happy with sub 310, especially for my first time on 5 mile. I think what really helped me out this time coming out to 5 mile, even though I've never done this track configuration before, is the fact that I did Sonoma earlier this month, and this is the first time in a long time that I've done 2 track days in the same month. You know, my schedule just doesn't allow for it. So having that muscle memory from my track day at Sonoma and just getting my eyes recalibrated to the speed, I think really helped me this time out at Thunder Hill. My sense of speed is definitely a little more in tune than it was when I went out to Sonoma. And Sonoma, generally speaking, is a much scarier track than this anyways. You know, the Thunder Hill, and no matter what configuration you're talking about, is definitely more forgiving. So there's a little bit of a mental difference there too. Not to discount Thunder Hill, because it definitely has its challenges. But what's crazy is I didn't really expect this, but this is quickly becoming one of my favorite track configurations, which is crazy to think about because I usually actively avoided 5 mile because in my head it just seemed like such a long lap. But once you're actually out there, it doesn't feel that long at all. Sure, it feels longer than a typical lap, but when there's so many transitions throughout the lap that you don't really have time to think about how long the lap is. In fact, I'd even go as far as to say that Laguna Seca at 1 minute 40 seconds feels longer than a sub 3:10 minute lap here feels at 5 mile. Feels longer. Feels. It's a very key component there because Laguna Seca is a lot less technical than Thunder Hill 5 mile or Thunder Hill West or a track like Sonoma. Much less technical than those 3 tracks. So you don't really have time to sit and think about what you're going to have for lunch or think about your unborn child's first name, which sometimes can be the case at Laguna Seca. So anyways, super happy with that. We're going to go out. I'm pretty sure I got a 307 in the car today. I'm pretty sure I do, as long as it doesn't get too warm. So we're going to head out for session 3 and we'll see what we got. Session 3 done. And unfortunately, it was a full course black flag, as what tends to happen at racetracks. So there was an off. I kind of caught it in my peripheral, but there was an off on the back end of west where you just start to transition back into east. That seems to be a trouble spot for a lot of people because it's a tricky double right and then back into a left when you're coming back into east, and you can almost single apex the double right, and that's probably, you know, it allows you to brake a little bit later and you know, carry a little bit more speed through that transition. But it's a transition, so, and it's not, you know, muscle memory wants to, you know, calibrate your brain to keep going on what would be the typical rest of Thunderhill West. So anyways, that's where I had my challenges today, and that's where it seems like a few people are having their challenges. There was a bigger off that caused a black flag. Car itself looked like it was fine. Maybe it was a mechanical thing, who knows. But anyways, didn't really get much of any lap times in. We got one solid lap time. My buddy Bong was following behind me, and then he got in front of me to do his hot lap. We did a lead follow thing. It looked like he was on pace to put down a pretty good lap, and then the black flag hit. So, and we both hit traffic, which kind of sucked. I hit traffic on the end of the second lap, which was my actual hot lap that I did 3 minutes 10 seconds this time, but that was with traffic at the end of the lap, and you know, one tire off and making some mistakes. So I don't know. I don't know if I had better than 3:08 last session. Hard to tell, but we got one more session left in the day, and you know, we're gonna give it one more shot. You know, we're gonna give it the old college try, see if we can do better. If nothing else, more track time, more seat time, more seat time, more seat time. Yeah, so fourth and final session is done. And from that little microphone dongle you saw in the back of my car, it came loose. Guess I didn't secure it down well enough, although it wasn't going to go anywhere because it was clamped down by the trunk lid. But I got meatballed for it. For those of you who do not know what a meatball is, it's a black flag with an orange circle in it. Kind of looks like a meatball. So that's usually when the flag bearers, they see something mechanically going wrong with your car, something loose, spilling fluid, or just something looks like it's wrong. Something looks like it's not what it should be. And you know, they're doing their job. They did their job. They called me out for something that looked like it was loose on the back of my car. Now, no one knew that it was a harmless microphone flapping in the wind, but it looked like something was hanging off the back of my car, and they couldn't tell what it was, so they meatballed me. So yeah, the meatball was kind of a bummer, but what a great day. What an absolutely great day. The weather was perfect. You know, it got a little bit warmer towards the afternoon, but it's still nice and cool out, relatively speaking. Track conditions were great. Speed SF was great. Thank you so much for hosting this. And you know, 3853, I'm excited about that. I really am. It's kind of, that's all, by the way, that is all with me lifting to let a BMW pass, because he was clearly going faster than me, but I probably lost, you know, 3 or 4 tenths at least lifting to let the BMW pass. So man, I might have been on pace to do 307 late in the day, which all that means is next time I come here in the morning, I think 307 and 306 might be a reality. You know, we're gonna have to see. I'm definitely gonna want to come back here. 5 Mile was a whole hell of a lot of fun. And you know, Thunderhill in general is a great racetrack. If you guys haven't tried 5 Mile, I put it off. Stop putting it off. It's a great track to drive. It's a whole lot of fun. Give it a shot if you're into it, and if you're in the area and you have the ability to come here to Thunderhill, absolutely do it. So anyways, that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know how you like this content. But until next time, stay hungry, stay fast, stay tuned. I'm Michael Baxi, and I'm out.
Okay, I've been working like 3 jobs. Probably why I never see ya. Probably why I never have time for the fake friends that won't be ya. Oh God, I've been running now. Up early when the sun is out. Not setting out my own soul, but those real ones, they coming out. Oh look who's reaching out. Old friends wanna feature now. They don't work, so they need it free. Ooh, you reaching out.